Hey everybody, this is Giacomo Vaccari. I'm here today to show you my Iceland Game Makers Iceland Summer Jam entry. So this little game took about a week to make during moonlighting, so about 25 hours. After work I would come home and work on this, and yeah, it's just a tiny game, but I think it's quite polished. I would like to show it to you. And let's start by apologizing for probably low frame rate and perhaps bad sound because I'm on my laptop. I'm using a very cheap microphone, so I think this should be around good. You will probably get about 40 frames per second. It obviously runs at 60, depending on your graphics setting, but well, at least now you know that the menu works and the settings actually work. Well, let me show you. Actually, it's you can see it right there on the background immediately. So, of occurrence, occlusion, lens flares, etc., etc. I'm probably gonna run it on medium, even though it's gonna not look as nice, but I have a feeling that this laptop is not gonna run it perfectly. Anyway, let's get into the game. So this game is about, there's a small cinematic. As you could see, there was a cinematic in the menu, as well in the credits, and there's a cinematic here. I wanted to test the sequencer. And let me run the Konami code straight up. So now I'm invincible and I have infinite energy, just so I can tell you about some things. So these enemies, there's 3 types of enemies in this game. They have 4 states, 5 states. So range attack, move to player, which you will see here. Move to player, find a position, an interesting position to shoot at, and flee. So if I get close, they will try to get to a good ranging shooting position, but if I get too close, they will melee. Right? I'm invincible right now, so don't think about that. The point of this game is you can absorb enemy energy and reflect it. You will see something interesting now. Before I go into anything else, there's still an enemy left, but it will go into the next wave. That's stolen from Doom 2016, and it's a method to keep intensity high. You don't want to have the player wait in between waves. That's boring. So as soon as there's no big enemy left, like the black enemies that you're seeing right ahead, I will spawn the next wave. So they can be left like one white small enemy left, and I will spawn the next wave. However, if there's only one black big enemy left, I will not spawn the wave. This is to keep the intensity high and the player doesn't get as bored. Regarding UI, you can see that there's almost all of the UI is in the player, the energy and the life. And there's only a small map which actually was quite tricky to get running performantly, because it updates per tick and it has to do a lot of calculations and stuff, and it's a screen capture scene, so of course it's very expensive. But anyway, I try to keep all the UI with the player. There's a small UI there when you can actually deflect energy like that. So the purpose of the game is to get energy from the enemies and shoot it back, right? Now the rock paper scissors mechanic in here is that you have 1, 2, or 3 available energy depending how much you get from them. 1 or 2 can be deflected by their own energies, especially the red one will deflect everything but maximum energy, because your maximum energy is as well red, while 1 and 2 energies is just blue, and they will get deflected by the red ones. So you have to actually wait and take their energy like this and then return it at the right moment. So you have to think, oh, do I want to do it now? Do I have to wait? What's the right thing? But the red ones cannot be absorbed. They will hurt you no matter what. So in that case, you have to wait for a blue one and evade, or you can just deflect it with your sword. And it will go back towards the controller rotation, obviously only in the Z axis. As you can see, the wave spawned automatically when I kill the big guy. Now, as you can see, things start getting a little bit more complex. Let me take off the Konami code. so I can actually receive damage. So up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. This game works perfectly fine with gamepad, both in menus and in game. That's fine. You know, let me show you. If I only get one energy, the red one will deflect it, and oh, I actually got him by mistake. So let's try again. See, so in this case it got him because it got deflected down. You know, there's a little bit of physics, but you get the point. It's not reliable at all to hit him like that. So, you know, in this case nothing hit him. So you have to kind of like be thinking all the time, okay, what's my energy level and what do I want to do? Is it better to deflect right now? Is it better to you know, wait? Because deflecting makes the ball, the energy ball, gain one energy. So 2 wins against 1, 3 wins against 2. Well, 3 wins against everything actually. So it's always convenient to wait for 3. The matter is like, will the enemies let me do that? So let me get hurt just so you can see the particles. Oh, he wants to melee me. That's interesting. It's not common, but sometimes they do want to come for you and not shoot at you. You know, it's and once they kind of decide that, they kind of are aggroed and enraged, and they will want to do that most of the time. He didn't want to do that now, but yeah, there's about like 5 stages. I think I went over them already. That's a health, and the health is it's another interesting choice that players have to make, because it will heal you, but if you're already completely healed, it will give you energy. So players have to choose if they want to wait until they're hurt and use it for health, or if it's convenient to actually have energy right now. I'm just gonna deflect for him. Oops, he got me. There we go. So it's strong enough, and he already had been hurt before. So yeah, I have 2, 3, boom, out. You also want to strategize if you want to kill the weak guys first or the big one later, depending on if you're good at deflecting or not. The big guy will shoot 1 red, 1 blue. So you kind of want to minimize your risk here. And he has like 7 points of life, so 2 reds are not enough. Or actually he has 6. Yeah. The final boss has like 12 or something like that. So yeah, wave 5, he meleeed me several big guys, so that guy is very close. He wants to melee me, so I'm gonna evade. Of course, the player controls. This works very nicely with gamepad, but I believe that if action controls work well with mouse and keyboard, you are on the right path. You know, some people design first for gamepad, and it's easier to design combat for gamepad, you know, to make it feel good. So let's see. Let's kill these guys quickly. Yeah, that was they actually got a little bit of radial damage, which is nice. Oh, he deflected it. Ooh. Yep. As you can see, there's a little bit of like slow-mo. There's a hit stun going on there. You know, a little bit of slow-mo. Oh, I got the first one, but not the second. Of course, you can just move or dash away, you know, which is very convenient sometimes. I'm gonna do Konami mode. Just to win easily, because I know your time is valuable. Yeah, he got the explosion of the big guy killed the small guy, radial damage. So yeah, I have 3 big guys here surrounded me. This is the next wave will be the last wave. So I'm just gonna kill them. As you can see, when they die, there's a dithering mask happening to make them disappear smoothly. And of course, when they die, I have to recreate the minimap and all that stuff, you know, for performance. This guy shoots 2 reds, 1 blue, so you really want to get good at reflecting, because it's going to take a long time to just absorb the blue. You know, whoops, there you go. So it's going to take really long. So, you know, of course, I'm playing with a cheat and I made the game, so it's very easy for me to win. So I won. As you can see, there's quite some UI in there, and there's pretty good sound. I think the graphics are quite good. One of the points for this game was to see how polished a mini game I could make in 1 week of moonlighting. This took about 25 hours, and I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's not a full game, obviously. But it's a mini game, and I think the polish is pretty good. I could definitely not win in terms of creativity against some of the very creative people competing in this game jam. But I thought, hey, I can do better polish than other people. I'm pretty happy about the cinematics. I learned a lot about sequencer, and it's something that's become kind of a passion for me right now. The menus were quite tricky to get working with gamepad because of the way Unreal works and the widgets, but I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. There was a lot of sound and VFX work in here. Of course, I concentrate mostly on the 3Cs, character controls and camera. I feel like I could have done more with the camera, but I didn't want to spend too much time on this, just 1 week. I think the controls are pretty good. The character is, as far as I can tell, bug free the whole game. Sometimes they take a little bit long, the AI, to think what they want to do, but I can't find a bug, and I've played this game for a really long time. Yeah, and basically I had to fight Unreal Engine for a lot of things, like the engine didn't want to do this or that. But I think all in all, it's a pretty good show of what I can do in 1 week. For your consideration, if you are, interested in hiring my services at some point. This is a good example of what I can do in 1 week as of June 2018. Of course, I'm a little bit obsessive about my craft, and I will get better with time. That's no doubt about that. This is what my life is all about. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you thought. I think it's pretty okay. I wish it could be better, of course, like everyone, in our craft. We always want to be the best we can be. But within 1 week, it was quite alright. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Take care, and this is Giacomo Vaccari signing off.